Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, in this video, I'm going to go in and show some newbie versions of things that I would buy and why. So, I took the liberty of looking at Amazon returns through Bstock, and I do a lot of buying through Bstock. They're going to be who I'm most knowledgeable about, although there's many other platforms and we can get into that. But let's look at, now this was interesting. I am in Reno, Nevada. I would normally not be looking at anything out of Florida, but something's interested me. This is 3 pallets for 66 units for a retail value of right about $7,000. So a few of the things that I look at are, if I take $7,000 divided by 3 pallets, that's a $2,300 per pallet average. Okay. $2,300 per pallet average, which to me is worth my time. And it's about 66 units. So if you times this by 100, 66 units times 100 is about 6,600. So it's at about $100 average. Sometimes my dollar averages are larger than what maybe people starting out would want to do, but I am not a fan of apparel. I'm not a fan of shoes. I'm not a fan of CVS type stuff because for my format, it takes me just as long to list or research, get stock photos, all of that stuff, for a thing of toothpaste as it would for, in this case, a dresser drawer, which is more worth my time. And I believe it's more worth your time as well. But let's take a look at this, how I would just assess a deal like this right away. So 3 pallets is fine. Furniture, mattresses, and rugs, that's pretty universal. Used, fair condition. To be honest, I don't know what this is going to look like. I don't normally order anymore in these smaller loads, but because for the teacher to also be a student, I'm going to need to do that. So as you can see, I went in and I bid, and I can go in and I'll show you what I just bid. Okay, I bid $755 on this item, okay? And let me show you why. By real rough math, I'm going to say that this is worth about $7,000. At 20 cents on the dollar, to me, that's worth about $1,400. But of course, I have to deduct freight out of that. Now, $1,400. What interested me about this is I feel like they made a mistake here because, give me one second, guys. See if I can pause you for a second. How aggravating that I had to go away from you for a silly phone call. So anyway, it was just a telemarketer. Nobody answered. So, okay, so here we go. My bid is currently winning at $275. I feel like they made a mistake here on freight. But again, I'm not a trucking company. But they're saying to my place here in Reno, Nevada, that they're going to charge me $583 plus this is based on how much the bid goes for. So I'm just going to call this $600. Shipping for $200 a pallet, that's fine. It's odd that it's coming from Florida for that low of an amount, but okay, that's within what I'm willing to pay. So I take the $1,400 that I'm willing to pay minus the $600 that I know I'm going to pay in freight and this little, I don't know, VIG that they have down at the bottom here. So I'm going to say $1,400 minus that $600 leaves $800. I bid $755. I don't know, call me superstitious. You could go with 800. You can bid, whatever number you like. I don't have any, exact thing for that. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to download the manifest. All right. So let's look at that. All right. So we're looking at the manifest. There's my team apparel. All right. So we're looking at the manifest here for these Amazon goods. Okay. The inventory number, the product class, okay, home goods. The description is furniture. The category is mattresses. Subcategory is box springs and mattresses. The ASIN, the ASIN number is important. Then the Amazon description is going to, tell you what it is, all that good stuff. And then how many of each of them this unit has. The UPC, I'm going to go right here and I'm going to format these cells to be numbers. And I also have all kinds of cool tricks on how to find the UPCs, how to find the ASIN numbers. But so we're going to look at that. And then one other way that I'll look at a deal is I'm going to remove this for right now. excuse me, I'm not great with, I bounce between Google Sheets and Excel because I trust Google Sheets a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to undo that so that you guys can keep that. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste this and I'm going to take it over to the application that I actually trust a little bit more, which is Google Sheets. And I'm going to, excuse me, that's not what I meant. I'm going to, forgive me. I'm going to do a new spreadsheet. Okay. I like Google Sheets because any of people in my team can access it at all times. I'm just going to go ahead and label this Amazon. Did I say 3-pallet? 3-pallet tester load. Why did I choose this one for you all? Again, as I told you, $100 average item, as well as the fact that the pallets each have about $2,500 of retail value on them. And the freight was worthwhile to me. So I'm gonna call this 3-pallet tester load for training. Now, again, I did bid obviously in a live environment, which means that I have my reseller, I have my logins, they already know my shipping address, all of that stuff. They already calculated the freight, and with B stock, they also calculated the shipping. Some places do allow you to arrange your own shipping. I find it easier with the volume that I'm doing to just let them decide on the shipper. That's a personal choice, but a lot of them have sweetheart deals with the shipping companies. So they say, if you're going to buy from us, you have to go with our shipper. And I'm, too busy to argue with that. And I don't care to. Now, you guys might have to, and let me jump back here real quick to the actual Amazon B stock listing. Here we go. Yours may require a lift gate, and it'll say somewhere down here, usually, hey, if this requires a lift gate, and I'm thinking of you people that don't have a forklift, don't have a pallet jack, three of those pallets, let's say you live in an apartment, so you're going to be using a storage unit, or you're going to be using your own garage in a residential neighborhood. If you can get with the trucker and have them send you something with a lift gate, great. But even if you had to, figure out how to, muscle off 3 pallets or even unpack them right from the truck, while you're getting started, 3 pallets is manageable. So that's obviously something I'll need to look at too for you guys that are living in apartments and unloading the stuff at storage units. But again, 3 pallets is definitely doable. So I'm going to go back to my Google training. Now you can see this ends in 23 hours. It'll tell me when it ends. So it ends, tomorrow at this time. So I won't know then if I've won or lost it. Generally speaking, I don't do a lot of research until I know that I've won the item. But in this case, we are just showing you what my projections would be for this particular find. So here, I don't need their weird long number. I don't care about furniture, mattresses, and more, foam mattresses. I'm going to just delete all that. Okay. And then I'm going to stretch this out so that I can see what this item is. Okay. And the ASIN number and the UPC for Amazon are important to me. ASIN numbers are an Amazon serial number. And then, of course, a UPC should be a 12-digit. Let's see what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So those look correct. Sometimes one won't be there or the other, but we'll go over that in a second. The next thing that I do is I'm going to turn these into my little dollar signs. I'm going to bold that real quick. All right. And then I'm going to sort. And again, I don't trust Excel to do this because sometimes it doesn't sort everything, and it doesn't make any sense to me if you sort it by dollar, but you don't carry all the other information. So I'm going to go here to my data, and I'm going to sort the sheet, the entire sheet, not just the range I selected, the entire sheet, in this case by column Z to A, most expensive to least expensive. All right. All right, so let's see what we have here. So what we have here is a Vernal machine washable rug. Okay, so because my eyes are getting old, I'm going to make this a little bit larger because I'm old. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete these as well. I'm going to delete those columns just to show you. Okay, so let's say that you have purchased this load and you're looking at this stuff. So we are interested in UPCs and ASIN numbers. I'm going to show you how I look up UPC numbers with the United UPC. Okay, this stands for UPC item database. So let me run back to the Amazon training and let me show you. Let's find out if this rug is going to come up from the UPC. Okay, so now it said no, the EAN that you're looking for has no record in our database. Okay, so let me go back and try something else. What about the Amazon ASIN number, which is the Amazon ID? Obviously, it pretty much pertains only inside Amazon, but I've gotten pretty good at finding stuff no matter what. So let's go to Amazon and let's see if when we enter in that ASIN, it brings up that rug. So far, not looking so good. Try one more time here. So I don't see that one coming up, but all right, we're still not sunk because I'm going to go back and I'm going to find the description. The Vernal machine washable anti-slip area rug. I'm going to hit Control Copy and I'm going to go to good old Google. And I'm going to type in the keyword search. Now, rugs can be a little bit tricky, but let's see what we've got here. Vernal machine washable anti-slip area rug, pet friendly, high traffic, 6 by 10, 6.5 by 10, shaded dark blue black. Let's see if this is it. It's pretty right to me. Does it look pretty right to you? Shaded dark blue black. Why it didn't come up with the ASIN number, I'm not sure. I'm going to scroll down a little bit here to find the ASIN number of this product. Close that out. Sometimes I forget where in the listing you can find that ASIN number, but if I can find it, great. If I can't for you guys right now, that's fine as well. I'm just looking to see color pattern. It's usually in here. My team could probably tell you better than I can at this point because, again, I have a team, but that's okay. So if you are just starting out, I'm going to click on that. Okay. Now this is going to be the picture that you want for your advertisement because that's a beautiful thing and a beautiful house. And then right there, I can just hit this and I can save the image as. And in my desktop, make a new folder. And I'm going to call it Amazon Training Lot 1. Okay. And we can get into more detailed inventory systems soon. I'm going to open that. That's what I named the file folder, actually. So then I'm just going to call this rug item 1. And the reason that it's item 1 is because it's the top dollar thing. Now, something else that you're going to see that's interesting. How much is it on Amazon right now for the 6.5 by 10? Okay, it's $205 if I add it to my cart, right? $205. Now, let me go back to my spreadsheet. How much does it show on here? It shows $285. Run back to Amazon real quick. So it's $205 right now there. So I don't know if that means that it was, it was a reduced thing based on when they got it, returned. But in some cases, the actual prices will be higher, and in some cases they'll be lower. I tend to only do business with people who are accurate on their pricing, or if I'm buying from someone who says that a $200 item is actually $285, I make sure to only buy accordingly so that if they're jacking their stuff up by 30%, no problem. I just want to make sure that I factor for that and I only pay what I know I can resell it for. But so on this one, it's a keyword search, but guess what we just found out? Because we knew it was blue black, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Oh, there's it's ASIN right there. So let me go ahead and I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go back to our Amazon training sheet. And I'm going to put the link so that when I want to go back and make my sales sheet, there's the link. I also might want to remove the hyperlinks there, but at this time, I'm not going to worry about that. So again, $285 on that one. And its ASIN, it said was, I'm going to go back here and look. It says that it's B091V. So let's find out if the spreadsheet was right or wrong. I mean, it doesn't matter. It didn't come up, but still. This is what I do in a day. So it says, let me insert a column here. It says it's B09JVZS NHI. So it looks to me like the ASIN was correct. So why it didn't come up, I'm not sure, but that's a deal for another story, and it doesn't matter. In most cases, you can either find something by the UPC, find something by the ASIN, or find something by the keyword search. So let's try again on our next item down, which is this is a 8x10 jute rug. Let's try the ASIN number. Okay, once again, oh, here it is. It did come up. So maybe the other one came up and I'm just tripping. So let's see. So here we go. So the knitted company, hardwood jute. And again, once again, all I do is I would just click on that. I would right click on it. I would save the image as. Go away, you little stinker. All right, I would put it into my folder. Where's the folder that we just made? Amazon Training 1. I'm going to put it in that folder, and I'm going to call this Amazon Rug Item 2, just for right now. Okay, I'm going to save that. Now, right now on Amazon, it is $224. Let's go back to our Amazon sheet. Here it's $225. So it's right about correct there. It was $224.99. So that one is obviously correct. That one we did find by the ASIN, so that's great. Okay. So as you can see, I can go through, I can find the item. And the reason that that's important is when I'm making ads, be it on Craigslist, Amazon Marketplace, Shopify, or of course in my own online auction house, I will always usually start with the stock photo. Amazon spends millions of dollars. Walmart spends millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars on beautiful images. And it's the same reason why Sports Illustrated spends however much money for their cover models for the swimsuit edition. And if I was like, hey guys, I'll do it for free, they'd be like, yeah, no thanks, we're all good. There's a reason. People's houses don't look like those beautiful pictures that we saw. But of course, you want to be selling the stuff based on the catalog that it came from, which is how people shop normally. So I'm going to kind of show you that I'm going to get into this for a minute, and I'm going to insert a column left. And again, I can show you all of the spreadsheet stuff that I have learned to get by. And I didn't know how to do any of it. I didn't know how to zip a file when I got started, but I have learned enough to find missing digits in UPC codes and how to make the spreadsheet work for me, so that I can do the transactions that I want to do. And obviously I can show you and will show you all of those things. So right here. So let's say that this is what you're buying, right? As you may remember, I believe this was about $7,000 retail. So let me find out. So that this is the quantity. So I'm going to put, this column's going to equal F1 times G1. It's the amount times how many. This equals, and again, I can show you all of this, no problem. All right, so that tells me since there's only one of those, it's 285. This one down here should be about 450, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to drop it all the way down. I'm going to give myself a check just to make sure that one that had a quantity of 3 was at about 450. It is. Okay, now this should be about $7,000 because that's what they said the retail value was. There you go, $69.56. All right, so when analyzing this deal, let's say that you bought this truckload. So we're going to get into all that. So I am also going to add a few more, and I'm going to take this, and let's say that you're going to charge, let's just say you're going to ask 65% of what you paid. So for every $100 item, you're asking $65. Remember, you could go down. You just can't ever go up. So if they get there and they say, hey, this rug has a frayed corner right here, you could say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $10 off if you pay cash, whatever you want to do. But that way you have a little bit of wiggle room. So let's just say that you are going to sell this at a margin. You're going to list the price. So I'm going to take the price times my percentage. So I'm going to do this equals H1 times I1. It's going to tell me what my starting price is online. All right. Now, and this is a little bit skewed because remember that there's 3 of those. So what you'd actually be doing, insert one more column left. Let me insert. It's going to be a little bit confusing, but just to make life simple for you, I'm going to delete that. Just to make life simple for you. So let's say that you have a $285 item. You're going to be asking $185. So the person that buys this, congratulations, you're getting $100 off. Even if right now it's selling for $205 on Amazon, yours is still a discounted rate, about 10 or 15%. If you decided, you know what, I'm going to change that to 150 because we don't know what it looks like yet. We don't know the condition. So here's one that we knew was listing for that price on Amazon. So you're going to be asking $145 for it online. So if the person was to come and buy this, they would be immediately saving $80. Bam. That's $80 that they save in one shot. You're welcome, America. So, and again, some of these things aren't going to sell as well. Some of the things might come in damaged. Here's something where you're seeing that you're getting a bunch of these. And it looks like they're all the same. They're all queen, queen, queen. So if you get a bunch of these in, and some of them are brand new and some of them are used, you know that you might have to sacrifice 1 or 2 of them if one of them is missing parts. But you can do that. Or if they all come in well, except that one has a dented box or a kind of bent wheel, and somebody asks you for a discount. So you have it listed at $84. And they say, well, can you do any better? You could say, I can, actually. I have one here with a dented box that I can give you $10 off of. Or I've got one that's got a bent wheel I can give you $20 off of. So you have some play when you have multiples. If you get Instant Pots and 5 of them are perfect and 3 of them have dings, and somebody comes to look at an Instant Pot and they say, can you do any better? You say, I can. I've got one here, works fine. It's got a ding on the side. I'll give you $20 off this one. That way they have a choice. They are in charge of what they want to buy. If they don't mind the dent, then they save the money. If they want the pristine one, then they pay your margin because you're still saving them on this particular item. 85 versus 130. What is that? $45? That's in one shot. It's a good value, not only to you, but also to the end user. And we want that. We want everybody to get a good deal here. So, and you're doing your part for recycling. This stuff is not going to a landfill. It's good. So let's just say, let me pause my thing here, babe, if you don't mind. I don't know. I'll have to go in and edit it. I've got to learn how to turn it off on Vimeo, but I'm just doing a training video. There's nobody on the line or anything, so that one's yours. Yeah, no worries at all. I've got to get better at learning how to pause. Baby, don't do that. You're fine. All right, I will send this off to Fiverr to have that stuff videoed out. So let me get back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. So anyway, aside from all my other issues, let me get back here to this Amazon spreadsheet. Okay, so this is how much they cost for the one. This is times 3. Anyway, let's say that you were able to sell them all at 65 cents on the dollar. I'm going to add up this entire column. Now remember that it cost, the retail value was what? $6,950. Okay, so in theory, you'd be selling it for $4,500. Now, I'm going to go ahead and venture to say that if this retail $69.50, my cost plus freight was I think 1,400. Now it might come in a little bit less. I might win the auction for less, but let's just say that I paid $1,400 in cost plus freight to get it. Okay. And at 65 cents on the dollar, it's 45.22. But of course, you're going to have some stuff that is going to come in missing, broken, some stuff that's just not hot. It doesn't matter how rad the stuff you get is. Every load's going to have dogs. I found that because otherwise I would only have gems, and that's just not the way that it goes. So, like, say some of this stuff and another nice thing about this lot is that there's nothing really super duper inexpensive. I mean, you see that there's, this is the least expensive item. You don't have a bunch of $4 and $5 and $3 items, which is good. So for most of these, you might be able to get it. But let's just say that if 45.22 is 65 cents, and that's maybe where you start the listing. Let's say that by the time you're done selling it, you're actually doing, well, let's say 40 cents on the dollar. So 69.50 times 40 cents on the dollar would be 27.80. Which is good. That would mean that we doubled our money. So what we're going to shoot for is, after all is said and done, if we want to double our money, that's us charging about 40 cents on the dollar overall. So some things you can sell for what you've got in them. If you need to, you can make one giant pallet out of one of your pallets saying, hey, miscellaneous, rugs in mixed condition, previously owned mixed condition. And you can say, the retail value is, let me see what the retail value of, let's say you took all of those. Okay. You took all of those. Retail value was $1,100 and you're going to sell the whole kit and caboodle for $300. You spent $220 on it. So basically you're just clearing up your own space and getting your re-up money back. So there's certainly ways that you can do things like that. But let's just say that after all is said and done, after the things that you had to give away, after all of that jazz, you ended up with 40 cents on the dollar. So you made $2,800. Let's even say that it was a better world, and let's say that you got 50 cents on the dollar. Okay, so you spent on $69.50 worth of goods. You ended up getting back $3,500. You sold all this for $3,500. Now, you already paid $1,400. So you paid this. All right. And let's say that you did have a 6x10 storage unit. So you have a storage unit. Let's say it costs $150 for the month. Let's say that the day of, because you don't have a truck with a lift gate, or you're going to have a couple of friends come help you get the thing unloaded out of the truck, or you're going to pay a little bit more to have a lift gate. Let's just say here, cost to unload. I'm a terrible typist, by the way, guys. Sorry. And obviously a fast talker. I'm literally an auctioneer. So far what we've got is 1,400, 150, and 100. And let's say that a couple of people don't like their item or whatever, so you have to do $200 worth of returns. Let's add up those costs. It costs you $1,400 up front to get the stuff. You may have to pay by wire transfer. If that's the case, let's add in the $30 wire transfer fee for this. The cost of doing business just is what it is. So we've got $1,400. You've got $30 for your wire transfer fee. If you're putting on a credit card, maybe that's the interest for the month, whatever. $150 for the storage unit for the month, so you can coast on the next load for free. Then you've got $100 that you paid for a liftgate truck or some friends to help you get it unloaded real quick. And then your other cost is going to be $200 in returns. So you're totally in this thing. Let's say that total is $1,880. Okay. So you took in $3,500, and let's say that you spent $1,900. See, I'm a terrible typist. $1,900 was your cost to do the business. Right. So you took in $3,500 and you spent $1,900 to do it. That means that you made $1,600, which is not bad. That's $1,600 extra a month on one thing that you can take a month to do. Let's say you did that twice a month, then you're talking about $3,000 a month. And again, this is after your expenses, and this is everybody that's buying from you gets a good deal. Nobody gets lied to. If something comes in that's trash, you know where our trash goes? It goes in the trash. We don't do that stuff. If you want to have it laid out and say, hey, if you want to come and pick one up, there you can get a free gift. You can take any one of these little rugs for free if you spend $200 or more. There's all kinds of ways that you can do it, but we're looking to hurt nobody, and everybody gets a good deal. And you make money that is basically, you do this 2 times a month, and again, that's $3,000 a month. It's basically like having a second job. And in future videos, we will get into how you make the inventory, how you list it. If you want to do Shopify, Facebook Marketplace only. If you want to have a few different Facebook Marketplace accounts so that if one gets shut down, you can keep on trucking, because you get pretty used to the extra thousands of dollars a month pretty quick. So you want to make sure that you stay mobile, and ways that you can capture all of your buyers' information so that when you've got great stuff, you can send them out an email. But all of that is doable. So as you can see, re-commerce works pretty well. The world's never going to run out of return stuff. And, some of these things might have been returned because somebody didn't realize the size, because they didn't like the color. There's no way to know. But it's still a rug. Somebody was obviously willing to pay $30 for it or $200 for it the first time. So, you'll definitely be able to sell them. You can also find people that go to flea markets and do sales and sell them stuff at 35 cents on the dollar, and you're still making back your re-up money plus a little bit of profit. And again, they get to go and sell the stuff. So there's a lot of different ways that we can do it. And that is just an example of one way to go about it. So that's the Amazon. That was the Amazon. I'm going to close that one down. Okay. So that was the Amazon B stock that we were in. And again, by now, hopefully you've got your account set up. I will show you how to do that. I'm going to show you one that I purchased already on Costco B stock. All right. So while I'm in here, and again, I log in, it knows me. I can view the inventory just to give you an idea. Right now, all the auctions are probably ending, but Costco does them every day. Okay. And there's Georgia, Texas, Chino, Pennsylvania, Texas, Maryland. They're everywhere. Florida, Minnesota, Sumner, Washington. There's a bunch. Okay. They're all over the place. Let's log into Tulsa, Arizona, just to show you, just to give you an idea. Okay. There's 2 pages worth out of Arizona. These are freshies. They're ending tomorrow, but you've got iPads, laptops, Beats, Apple Watches, home small appliances, things of that nature, bedding, bath, shoes, and apparel. I don't love shoes and apparel. I don't love baby clothes, but hey, you might, obviously there's something for everybody. And again, if you're looking at, here's a good one. This is 4 pallets of indoor games, but see, it's only 15 units. All right. It's only 15 units. Let's look at the manifest. In fact, let me just scroll down here. There's so few. I like to look by which is the retail first. So there's an Aspire trainer with bench. All right. So there's table tennis, air hockey. Those things don't do great. These arcade games do great. Performance ATV 24 volt. That would do great. And again, your least expensive option, but as you can see, they get pretty expensive pretty fast, which means that you are leveraging your time. This one, the freight is, see what I mean? It was odd that one from Florida was only whatever it was, $600. This one for 4 pallets from Arizona is $1,400 for me. So that would make this one a non-issue for me, because I would only be willing to spend about $1,100. And the freight's already more than that. But that's not going to be the case. But it is obviously, with the price of gas, why you're going to want to shoot close to home. But I want to show you something else interesting about the Costco thing. Here's the nice stock photo. That's cool. Here's the stock photo. That's cool. Here's the stock photo. That's cool. But here's what's interesting. They show you the actual pallets. So you can say, okay, so, that might be a desk or a treadmill of some kind, but it looks like there's some box stuff. That's good. Okay. These look like boxed items. We like that. This, it's hard to tell, but it's shrink wrapped pretty well. So that's nice. And we also know that Costco's already fierce on price, which is nice. And then again, we don't know, does this thing work? Does it not work? But people love them. So it shows you all of that, not just stock images. So that's interesting. But let's go to my account, and I'm going to show you my recent orders to show you that I am not just a trainer, I am a buyer. Let's look at my orders over the last, I'm coming at you on December 28th of 2022. So let's go through how about November 28th of 2022? Okay, so this is me. This is the stuff I bought. Okay, I'm tracking my order. All right, so I bought 16,000 worth. 18,000 worth. This is retail stuff. Here's one that was 30,000 worth. Here's one that was 2,400 worth because sheds, people love them, and my team loves to check them in. So sometimes I pay a little bit more than I normally should for sheds just because they're so fun to have in my catalog. They attract attention, so that's fine. But I can do whatever I want because I own the business, as will you. So there's 13,500 worth of stuff, 13,000 worth of stuff, 5,600 worth of stuff, 14,500 worth of stuff, 32,000 worth of stuff, 32,000 worth of stuff again, 7,000 worth of stuff, 7,000 worth of stuff, 3,700 worth of stuff. These coffee pods, I spend more than I should on them, but man, they sell for about retail. People seem to love them, and it's easier for my team to check them in. So every now and again, I throw them a bone, but that's $6,000 worth of coffee pods that I bought. But again, man, you can make Christmas baskets out of those all day long. $6,000 worth of stuff, $25,000 worth of stuff, $5,000 worth of stuff, $15,000 worth of stuff, 16,500 worth of stuff. And then this one that I just bought. And again, I totally overpaid, but my girls love these little sheds and they are fun to have in my catalog. So everybody's motivations are different. But as you can see, I spend quite a bit of money on this particular platform, and there's many others. So I'm not training this. I literally do this. I spend about $15,000 a week on goods. So, that's what I'm doing for my business. And it's doing about $2 million a year in revenue. So I don't get to keep $2 million a year, of course, but that's where we're at. So just to show you, I bought this one. Now it's crazy. I bought a pallet of sheds. I got 2 sheds that retail for $3,000, right? So here we go. Why did I buy it? Because as I told you, I love it. And obviously, this was not a return. This was that Costco said, hey, it's the end of the season. We need to have room for Christmas trees and winter gear. So these got to get out of here. So, and again, my staff, easy peasy, they list them. Where the trouble comes into paradise is that I spent too much money on them, but let me just show you. Let's see. The order is going to cost me, you can see in plain black and white. They want from me $1,391. And I know that I also will need to spend $30 on a wire transfer. Many of the times I will bundle 2, 3, and 4 orders together so that I pay one wire transfer fee. When you're me, if you save $60 in wire transfer fees a week, that's $3,000 a year I save right there. So it really adds up, and I'll explain all of that to you. So, and please remember that I've spent years and millions buying the wrong stuff. I'm going to fast track you so that you're buying the right stuff. But again, you can buy whatever you want, baby. This is America, but I will certainly give you my opinion and help you out where I can. But I've learned quite a few tricks. So I owe them $1,391. Maybe I'll buy a few other things. Maybe I won't. And we're going to call that $1,420. The problem is the stuff that I bought is only worth $3,000 retail. Now, I'll end up probably selling it, probably because it'll sell for a higher margin because sheds are rad and everybody wants a shed and I can prove it. Do you want a shed right now? You do, right? So there you go. So when you look at these, I'll probably get back $2,000 of my, $1,500. It's not much, but it's $300-$400 in one easy shot, right? So, and again, like on these, if they're $1,500 and I put on my ad, shed, $1,500, and I put that, that it's that it's on clearance for $1,150 and $1,150, that's $2,300 minus, let's say, the $1,500 I have in expenses. That's $800 in one shot. So to me it's nothing, but you can see now there's another thing. This was a Costco pallet, okay? This was Costco. Let's find out if this, sure, it's $1,500 at Costco. Let's find out how much it is in the rest of the world. Let's look. This is Costco item number 1463510. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go to good old Costco.com. I have a Costco membership, so I can see the member prices, but you need not have that unless you're price checking, but I can get you that too. So let's look. Let's see what Costco says. Costco says, okay, so Costco says that it's 15 and it's $14.99. So I paid what Costco said. But let's also find out how much is it in the rest of planet Earth. Again, when I'm doing it, this is going to be one of the images that I use. This is going to be one of the images. This is going to be one of the images. This is going to be one of the images so that everybody can see. And then I may or may not take a picture of the box. All I need to write on the description is new in box. So, but let's go find out how much this thing is on the rest of the nation's retailers, because how do they know where I bought it? Target, Walmart, Tractor Supply. Let's look. Keter doesn't just sell to them. So Keter.com, let's see if Keter.com shows a price. They do. What do they show it for, y'all? Do they show it for $1,800? Now, do you think that they sell it for $1,800 because they know that they'll never sell any? No, man. The reason it's $1,500 at Costco is because people have Costco memberships, right? So what if you put on the ad? And here's another thing, another little trick that I'll teach you. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. That is the shed, is it not? Which picture do you like best? Do you like this one best? Fine. Here's what we're going to do. Watch this. Okay. I'm going to go to my cute little snipping tool, make a new snip. That's right. I just screenshotted my computer screen, right? Okay. And look, $17.99. And in case you're not satisfied, check it out. I'm going to highlight it. Boom. Okay. So it's $1,800 there. Then I'm going to save this image. Save it as this PC desktop. I'm going to put it in the Amazon training folder. Let me find that guy. Amazon training. All right. And I'm going to name it Keter Shed from Costco. All right. All right. So that's on the Keter site, but let's look on other places on planet Earth. Let's go back and see who else is selling it in real time. Now, does Sam's Club sell it for $1,600? That's $100 more each. Is Sam's Club in the business of having high prices? No. All right, let's see who else. What's Amazon getting for this bad boy? Uh-oh. Is Amazon getting 2,000? Now, again, is Amazon getting 2,000? And if they have 21 ratings, does that mean that 21 people bought it for $2,000? Yes, that's what it means. If I add it to my cart right now and there's only 2 left in stock, so again, it might be 2,000, but you might not be able to get it. So what would I do? I would take another one. New. All right. And I do buy from Amazon, don't I? It's just their good fortune that I managed to get this one at an even better deal for them. So again, you're welcome, America. Look, there's $2,000. Excuse me. Let me get back to my little snip. Come here, you little snip. Highlight you. Boom. $2,000. Then I'm going to save this image. Should already have my folder pulled up. There you go. And this is going to be Keter Shed on Amazon is $2,000. Okay. I'm going to save that image because absolutely I'm going to show them that. So what would my advertisement on Craigslist or whatever put? I would put, Keter Shed, brand new in box, retail, $2,000. Price is going to be, how about $1,350? Okay, $1,350. Now, if you don't get any action on it, and you don't list that there's 2, you just list that there's 1, so that if you sell one and then somebody says, "Is this available?" you could say yes, yes, twice. It's the same thing. They're twins. So let's just say that you sell one for $1,350, and then the next one, it doesn't move for a while and you want to get your capital back. So the next one you end up selling, somebody says, "I'll give you 1,000," and you say, "No, but I'll tell you what, if you can do 1,100 cash, I'll take it." Okay. Let's just say that happens. Usually if somebody says, will you take this for us? No, I can't. But if you want to do cash, something that benefits you, something that you want, or if you prefer Venmo, if you do Venmo and you send me a deposit to hold it of $10, then yes, I'll honor that price. But I have little tips and tricks in place, and it's obviously kept me in business for many, many years. And we started out with 1 pallet. Okay, 1 pallet. We're going through about 40 of them a week now. All right, so, and I'm not even a big guy. So that is 14. So if you sold one for $1,350, okay, and one for $1,100, are you confident you can do that? Yeah. In fact, maybe I'll do a follow-up video to show you what I sold them for at the auction. Or maybe I'll put them on Marketplace just to show you, and Craigslist just to show you what can be done. But I digress. Let me go back. As you may recall, I owe... It's a pretty good buy, actually. So anyway, let's check out my orders again. Okay. So I just sold 2 of these sheds for $2,450, let's say. And I might even try to do that on Marketplace just to show you it can be done. So follow up, because everything I'm saying, it's true. I don't have a crystal ball, but believe me, a freaking shed's a shed. Is it worth $2,000? Sure. Is $1,350 a good deal? Yeah. Is it still less than Costco's best price? Yeah. Hell yeah, it is. Would you save $100 bill all day long? Of course. If you lost a $100 bill with a chain link fence and it was over the fence, would you climb the fence to get 100? You would, right? I've seen my boss do it. He was a millionaire and we lost some money and it blew over a fence and we climbed the fence to get it, man. Money's money. So let's just say that once again, I spent $13.91 to get him here. All right. I spent $30 on a wire transfer fee. All right. I spent, let's say, $80 for that portion of the shed where I store the stuff. And on that thing, since it's just one pallet, I don't need anybody's help. If the guy shows up with a pallet, I'll say, listen, man, just unstrap it. Help me get the boxes down into my storage unit. You can get that done. So let's say that we're in that $1,500. Fair enough? $1,500. I just took in $2,450. That's $950 on that one thing. All right. So let's say that you did what I said on the Amazon. You go Amazon training. Okay. And you made $1,600. And then you sold the sheds. So funny. I've already forgotten one. So you sold the sheds. And what did I say? Let's say you made $1,400 on the sheds. Sorry, I'm such a terrible typist, you guys. So 16 and 14, is that $3,000 right there that I just showed you? Or am I lying? Have I inflated the prices in any way, made any lies, lied to anybody, given anybody a bad deal? No, man. It's out there. You're going to get some dogs. You are going to get things that don't work, things that are broken. But I've built a business on it. And now I'm building a training course because I believe that somebody will be the Bezos of returns someday. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to go after billions when millions will do. But there's a ton of returns out there, and there's a way to do this. And nobody has to do anything illegal. Nobody has to do anybody wrong. All we're doing here is perfectly legal stuff where even the end user gets a great deal. So I will end this video. I'm probably not going to send it off for editing because, I don't know, I'm new at all this. So at any rate, this video is a little bit raw. I apologize, but that should give you an idea on what a day in the life of buying return goods looks like. There's so much more that I can tell you, but you look at that and you tell me if it's true. And if I'm wrong by half, that's still $1,500 a month. Are you looking to make an extra $1,500 a month? Are there children that you could employ? Not like children like sweatshop children, but your 16-year-old kid, your 18-year-old kid who wants to make a little bit of extra money that can go meet with the customers. And of course, I'm going to show you how to do that safely. And we're going to make sure that you stay in control and that nobody runs you around. Believe me, I'm tougher than a garlic milkshake. And I've been doing this a minute. When I'm selling cars, you're not even allowed to test drive the thing unless you show up with enough money to buy it. That doesn't mean you have to buy it. It means you can kick all the tires you want. But the only way you turn that key and get behind the wheel is if you brought with you enough money to pay cash. If you didn't, please don't waste the new owner's gas money or time. You can kick all the tires you want. You're welcome to look at it, but you have to bring the money to the deal. So I'm pretty tough, and that's what I'm selling cars. So believe me, I will guide you through this every step of the way, and I'll tell you what to buy and what not to buy. And if I would have had somebody like me when I made this up from scratch, I would have saved 3 years and $3 million. It's cool. It's fine now because now I'm making money and, you pay off the bills for what you did. But you can start off just in the black. Someday, will some loads you break even on? Maybe. But at the same time, will some months you make 3,000 and that's on, what was that, a grand total of 4 pallets? So can that be done in a month? Sure. So, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 a month. You can dial it up as much as you want to do and as much as you don't want to do. If you want to go on vacation, you put the ads on pause, you relist them. If you want to go on vacation and you don't want to put the ads on, you tell people, listen, I'm gone for a week, but if you want to wait and send a deposit, I'll hold it for you. If they say no, that's cool. It doesn't matter. You only need one buyer per each item. Even if 1,000 people want it, only one can buy it. So don't you worry. I will guide you through all this, but that is a day in the life of what it looks like to buy return goods and sell them at a discount. All right.